let's rock this bitch. So I've been back and forth over the last couple months on whether or not I wanted to make this video in the first place, just because I wanted to avoid the type of backlash that I 100% know is in my future by posting this. But I think it's time for me to discuss the F word, feminism. Mainstream media and most of society think of feminists as being the women who burn their bras to stick it to the man, and who hate men and want to dethrone them and replace them at the top of the pyramid that we call life. And it's not their fault, really. I used to think that's what feminism was too. But over time, I have come to discover that that is not feminism, that is misandry, which is the exact same problem. The exact same problem. Because of the perpetuation of this negative stereotype, there is a negative connotation that goes along with being called a feminist. What being a feminist actually is just wanting all human beings to be seen as equal to all other human beings. It's wanting one gender to not be looked down upon as weaker or inferior to another gender. So if you like the idea of not being judged just for what your gender is, then congratulations, you're a feminist. Being a feminist means not wanting to be scared when you walk past a group of men on an otherwise empty street. Being a feminist is not wanting "don't be such a girl" to be used as an insult. Being a feminist is about wanting incredible leaders like Hillary Clinton to be able to run for president without being asked what it will be like to juggle being president with being a grandmother, or what she's wearing rather than her political views. Being a feminist is wanting to not have to worry about being murdered if you turn somebody down for a date to the prom. There's a great video that I saw about what it means to do something like a girl that I will put the link to down below. So when I call myself a feminist, it means that I would like to be treated with respect and not be seen as an object or a prize to be won by a man. I want to be viewed as a whole person even if I don't have a boyfriend or a man in my life. I don't want 12-year-old boys that I tutor at their school to ask me if I'm on my period just because I firmly asked them to pay attention. That actually happened. I don't want to be called a bitch just because I wasn't interested in going on a date with somebody. I don't want to be told what to do with my own body by the 60-year-old white men in the government. I don't want to be called a slut for talking about sex, and I don't want to be called a prude for being a virgin. I want women to be able to wear whatever clothing they feel comfortable in, no matter how much or how little fabric is involved. Lately, I've seen this whole anti-feminism culture working up among women. What I've seen is women bashing other women based on their contorted ideas of what feminism actually is. Don't get me wrong, I do not blame these women for having the wrong idea and being ignorant on this issue. What I do blame is their sources of information, whether it be their family or their peers or the mainstream media. It's really not their fault that they just don't know what something is. In our lives, we are made up of the information that we receive, and if the information about feminism that you're receiving happens to be false, then you don't know to go do your own research, and you don't know that you can find out that feminism isn't just about women, it's about people. But my main issue with the anti-feminism movement is that it's exactly what feminists are trying to fight in the first place. Women bashing women. As a woman, I believe that we have a duty to ourselves and to other women to support all other women in their life choices, even if it's something that we wouldn't choose for ourselves. I believe we need to stop calling each other sluts for having sex or wearing revealing clothing. We need to stop the body shaming and let women know that you don't have to be curvy to look like a woman, and you don't have to be skinny to be beautiful. Stop shaming women for their makeup or their lack thereof, and stop shaming them for not conforming to your idea of the perfect woman. Real feminism is wanting men to treat us with respect as complex human beings and not treat us like objects. But real feminism is also about just wanting women to treat women with respect. And that means not shaming them for making choices that you wouldn't personally make. Some girls argue against feminism because they think that we just don't need it. I have friends in my own life who think that, well, if we have the right to vote, then what's to complain about? There are laws that are made for women. But putting laws into place doesn't change things from a social standpoint. That change happens on a gradual and personal level, and it starts with individuals who are willing to admit that something is wrong in the first place. And something is wrong! When Nash Greer and his friends are making videos for their fan base of young, impressionable girls telling them that no one will love them unless they look and act a certain way, it's a problem. When a teenage girl is murdered for turning down a date to the prom, it's a problem. When a girl is raped and the first question that people ask her is not "Are you okay?" but rather "What were you wearing?" it's a problem. When 6 college students are murdered because the murderer felt like he deserved a date with a pretty girl, it's a problem. When a 12-year-old boy thinks it's okay to accuse me, an employee of his school, of being on my period, that is a problem. It's a problem when I try to turn down a date but the guy doesn't take it as no, he takes it as try harder. I could go on and on about my personal experiences and things that have popped up in the media, but I will stop there. Long story short, I need feminism. And so do you, so do all of us. Because at the end of the day, feminism is humanism. And I know that I may lose subscribers for this, and I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate comments, and to be honest, anybody that posts a hate comment to this video is proving my point. But I want to be clear that I do not hate men. I love men. Feminists don't hate men. That is not at all what this movement is about. It's just about equality. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I hope you guys are having a great day, and if you would like to comment below, I would love to hear your thoughts on this issue. Oh my god. I'm sweating. I am sweating so much right now.